So one of these problems, again, I'm going to show you how to do this by hand, and then I'm going to show you how to check your work, which, I mean, at the end of the day, also gives you the answer straight up. So worst case scenario, you completely blank on the STAAR test. You can at least go ahead and find the answer, even if you're struggling to do it by hand. So what I'm going to do here first is I'm going to move over to the paper, and I'm going to start with distribution. So -4 times 1/6 makes -4/6. And I could simplify it, and I will in just a second, but I just want to show each step. -4 times 9, -36. And then here, this is going to simplify to -2/3. So I'm going to kind of save myself a step of simplifying and rewriting all this, and I'm just going to cancel out my fractions right away. I know since this is going to simplify to a fraction with a denominator of 3, that I can multiply everything by 3 and it will cancel both fractions. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to multiply by 3, I'm going to multiply by 3, I'm going to multiply by 3, all the way across. Every single term must be multiplied whenever you do a multiplication operation on an equation. For this first term, since I have a dividing by 3 piece here and a multiplying by 3 piece here, those cancel out with each other, which leaves me with just 4z. 6 times 3 is 18. That's straightforward. Over here, my denominator is not going to straight up cancel with this multiplication. So multiplication happens in the numerator, so I'm going to multiply in the numerator. -4 times 3 is -12. I'm going to leave that denominator alone. Then 36 times 3, -108. So now that I have these mostly simplified, I guess I will simplify the fraction now. I guess I wasn't able to avoid that. Now we can go ahead and start to solve like we're used to. I'm going to start by moving all the z terms to the same side by adding 2z here. Leaves me with 6z plus 18 equals -108. Then I'm going to subtract 18 on both sides. When I subtract 18 on both sides, 2, 6, 16, 26, -126. Then my last step is to divide by 6. 60 makes 10, then 21. Z is -21. So we've got our answer right there. And yeah, it took about 2.5 minutes. I was talking through it. It is a long process actually doing it all by hand. So again, like every single problem, if there's an easy way, I'm going to show you the easiest way. This works for any problem. And just like when we solved a quadratic earlier by graphing it, we can do the same thing here. Doesn't matter what class you're in. If you graph the left side and you graph the right side, it's going to produce 2 lines, 2 curves, 2 somethings on the graph. And then you can just look and see, where are those graphs crossing? Where are they the same? And in those 2 places, or however many places there are, it'll show you the x value where they are the same. And that is the solution. So -21 is our answer again.